What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Wake Forest versus Clemson college basketball matchup going down Saturday, March 9th, 2024. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between Wake Forest and Clemson. Well, it is shaping up to be a pretty big matchup in the grand scheme of things in the ACC. As you've got the Wake Forest Deacons coming into this game with a record of 18-12 on the year, 10-9 in conference play after a third straight loss and a 70-69 defeat at home at the hands of Georgia Tech. Meanwhile, Clemson comes in 21-9 on the year, 11-8 in conference play. They've won 7 of their last 9 after a 90-75 win at home over Syracuse. Now, Clemson, currently well entrenched in the NCAA tournament picture, currently a 5 seed at the latest bracketology report. And like I said, looking pretty good in that standing. Meanwhile, Wake Forest fallen out of the tournament field altogether, sitting in one of the next 4 out slots. This team is absolutely desperate. They have to pick up a big win at some point, in over the course of the next few days. They have to pick up a few, I think, in the ACC tournament to really give themselves a shot at getting back into the bubble conversation. Right now, their bubbles, it looks like it's going to burst. I mean, the loss to Georgia Tech really did some damage. They were 13.5-point home favorites in that game. And this is a Wake Forest team that's 15-1 at home after that. They were 15-0. They were dominant at home for the better part of the season. I mean, I remember that was, I think, one of my best bets of the day on the 5th, so on Tuesday. And like I said, they've been performing really well, on their home floor, but they blew it in that game. And it wasn't like Georgia Tech was behind it. I think they were up early. They were dominating Wake Forest in that game. They were up 26-7 in the first half and even led by 40-26 at halftime. Wake Forest, took the lead, but then, like I said, then they blew it. They blew it late. So, Wake Forest is a frustrating team in that sense. Like, they should have had that game at home, and now you got to trust, can they even get back on track? Clemson, they're 5-0 against the spread as a road dog, so something has to give here. But at a certain point, I think that desperation has to come into effect. And while I don't love Wake Forest after how they looked in that game, they've lost 3 straight. I think that just means that desperation is at an all-time high here. It says something that this team is still 3.5-point favorites at home, despite a 3-game losing streak. It makes you wonder that if a couple of those games were wins, what this line would actually be at. And Clemson, if we were getting a few more points with Clemson, I think that's when the value would kick in, especially with Clemson still having something to play for. They're still fighting for a top 4 spot in the ACC tournament. But I just think that, like I said, with the desperation here, Wake Forest needing a win in this game, as well as a good performance in the ACC tournament, I think they show up at home here, and I think they get the job done. I'm going to lean towards Wake Forest in this one, laying the 3.5, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.